Debbie, let's come back onto electric vehicles.
Yeah, electric cars. Let's draw our attention back to where it started, really, which was back in 2018, The Road to Zero, which was written by Chris Grayling. I just want to remind people that there's plenty of information out there, including if you go into the House of Commons library, there's plenty to read about electric vehicles. And what actually grabbed my attention was that not only are these very expensive, but the batteries only have got a short life, and they are not, they're a biohazard, basically. They're not environmentally sustainable at all because nobody knows how to dispose of them. So moving on to The Guardian, despite a U-turn by the government just recently, there are going to be more new cars sold in the UK will have to be fully electric by 2030. So despite what they've just said, they're still rolling on with that target. Figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers in the Independent say that there are 267,000 battery electric cars were registered last year. But in comparison, that's 30.7 million petrol and diesel cars, and in comparison, 1.1 plug-in, which includes the hybrid cars, are currently on our roads. But what are we to expect in Europe? What's coming down the car pipeline, if you like? So BYD are a Chinese car manufacturer. In fact, they're backed by Warren Buffett, and they're expecting to import 350,000 Chinese EVs into Europe. They already have imported 350,000 in the first 6 months of 2023. But we are still besieged worldwide by problems, and we've got fires breaking out all over the place. And this next one's a Porsche. This is just to give you an example of Porsche in China. And then we can go to India, where you can see a small hatchback has been totally destroyed when it blew up. And then in Australia, they've had 2 large lithium-ion battery fires, one at Sydney Airport and one at Queensland Battery Storage, which just shows you these batteries are very dangerous to store. So if you get your electric car, if you still want to have an electric car after all this, who's going to insure it? Well, John Lewis aren't. They're absolutely not going to reinsure it. And the reasons that they're stating is that they are 25% higher to repair than petrol and diesel cars, which I found extraordinary. And also, these batteries are situated on the floor of these cars, which apparently makes them very, they can easily get damaged. Even if you bump your tyre on the curb, they can get damaged. And most cars will need a new battery in their lifetimes. And these can cost, believe it or not, I was staggered, between £14,200 and £29,500 per battery. They're also saying the lack of technicians is going to cause a problem going forward. And thanks to Stephanie, our producer, she brought to my attention the latest rage that's going on, which is charge rage, which is at especially service stations. There are so many people apparently wanting to charge their cars and they can't, that they're getting very angry. So they're even having to employ marshals to do this. So charging your car is not simple. It can take 4 hours, or with a super high charge, it can take half an hour. And one mechanic, who's Scotty Kilmer, he's a big YouTuber, he says there are so many electric cars piling up at dealerships, no one actually wants them. I don't know if we've got time for a short video of Scotty Kilmer, but if we have, or if not, we'll go straight to extra for a video on Scotty Kilmer and what he says. And I hope it puts everybody off buying an electric car.
Yes, we're going to have to push that into extra if you don't mind, Debbie.